Good afternoon and welcome to my Facebook Live today. Today we're going to look at another new product from the January to June 2022 Mini Catalogue. So just remember that if you are wanting a copy of the Mini Catalogue, let me grab the other one, or the celebration, you can let me know and I can send them out to you once I have them. Now let me just flip my camera so you can actually see these. Won't be one moment. So I can't show you what's inside the mini catalogue or the celebration, but these are the new two catalogues that will be coming out in January, and let me know now so I can pop you on my mailing list, and then I can send them out to you once I do have them sometime, probably about mid-December. Now if you are interested in joining Stampin' Up, there is only to the end of this month, which is only just over a week away, for you to join up with the great sale they've got on at the moment, which is join for $130, which is about $30 cheaper than what it would normally be, and you can get your choose up to $235 worth of product, and it's up to you whether you want to run your business as a business or whether you just want to do it just to be able to get your 20% discount on product. So as I said, you've only got till the end of this month for that fantastic special. If you want to know more information about it, please contact me, because I would love for you to join my team. So let me get started, and we're going to be having a little bit of inky fun today. I've been getting inky for the last hour or two. This is one of the products out of the mini catalogue, and this is the Amazing Silhouettes. This product here I actually got for free from Stampin' Up for attending their on stage online just recently. So this is one of the perks that you can get with joining Stampin' Up. You get to attend fantastic events, and at some of these events we can win prizes. So this is what excuse me, we all got, and I thought we'd make some cards today using this lovely image just here. So these are the little cards I've made. I've made just little 3x3 cards, and we're going to make some more of those, and then we're going to make a standard card as well. And the technique I've used in making these cards is a baby wipe technique. So it is a very subtle sort of technique, though it can be a lot brighter depending on the ink and everything you use, and every time you do it you will get a slightly different image. Well, not so much the image, but with this one here, different background. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So let me pop these away and the stamp set, and you need a plastic plate or some sort of plate or something to hold some baby wipes. Now I've got some baby wipes here which we just purchased this morning, and these are very moist, so I might have to add a couple of moist ones with ones that are slightly drier, just to soak up some of the little bit of the moisture. So you'll probably need around about 2 to 3 wipes. So I've just got this wipe here. I'm just folding it in half and putting it onto that plate. I'm going to fold this one in half, and we're just making here like a stamp pad. Now when you do buy baby wipes, usually I get the ones from AUD's which don't have any print or anything on them. My husband got these ones today for me, and they're from Coles, and there wasn't much choice, so these have got a print. If it's a big print, it can leave an indentation or a sort of like reprint onto your stamp. So the plainer you go, probably the better. And I'm going to add this one here, which is a slightly drier one, on top. So all that moisture is just going to go through there. So we've got our baby wipes, and then we need our re-inkers. Now the re-inkers I've chosen here are Balmy Blue, So Saffron, and Blushing Bride. And we're going to make a stamp pad by adding ink with our re-inkers onto the baby wipes. So you just need a few drops of each one. And I'm being fairly generous here. Now these re-inkers are generally used to re-ink our ink pad, but we can use them for other techniques such as the baby wipe technique. If you're visiting today, please say hello. Let me know where you're from. It's always good to see new people, and say hello to a few old friends as well. Okay. So once I've got that covered up, or a bit of colour on there, I can get my stamp and ink that, press that down a bit. Now every time I do this, I am going to get colour, and this is going to move the colour around a little bit. So what I've got here, because we're going to do some, I'm going to show you how to do some of those 3x3 cards. So these cards here measure 3 inches by 3 inches finished, and Stampin' Up also do sell the envelopes that go with these, though I just don't have them handy here at the moment. I'll see if I can find them in a little while. And then what I have done here is I've cut a card base or a mat, which is 7 by 7 centimeters square, and I've cut a little square of basic white, also at 6.7 by 6.7. So, and we're also going to use one of the dies. Now these dies is from the, sorry, I do have, I've got a little bit of a mess here. If you could see what I've got here, because I've been playing all morning. And these dies are from the Stitched with Whimsy dies, so they're just going to give a little bit of an edge. I don't know whether you can see that, just a bit of an edge all the way around it, a decorative edge. So I've got a scrap of white here, and I'm going to just check to make sure, see how this is going. As you can see, I've been playing with one of the other stamps today, and we're just going to stamp on there. Beautiful. Okay, so it's just going to give me a nice subtle bit of colour on there, because that's what I want. Now these cards could be used for anything. I've just put thank you on them, and I've done them in sort of your pastel tones, so that could be a thank you card for baby shower, baby gifts, or a thank you card for anything really. And we're just going to stamp that onto there, and I don't know whether you can see that, but it just gives you a very, very muted sort of tone in colours and tones. So let's just see if I can lift that a little bit closer, just so you can see it. It's very soft. Unfortunately, my light is sort of deciding it is going to flicker a little bit. Sorry about that. If I don't have that light on, we just don't have enough light in this room, because our weather here at the moment, it has been raining continuously. Anyway, I'm going to keep stamping. Now you could use other colours to do this with, and you're going to get quite a range of colours in this if you wanted to. See, that one there is a little bit brighter. Now I wouldn't use any more than 3 re-inkers in doing this, because if you have too many colours, your colours are just going to get all muddied, and you really don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to stamp off a few of these. I've cut 5 here, but I probably only need another 4, but that's okay, plenty of practice. Oops, that one there has just got a little bit of yuck on it. I'm going to flip that over and do the other side. Just got to be careful sometimes. You don't want to press down too hard, because the negative space, which is the butterfly shape, will pick up a bit of ink as well, and you don't want to transfer that, which is what has happened onto that one there. So let's just try that one again. Stamp again. And there's another one, and we'll just try this on the opposite side. See how we go. So these are just very, very subtle cards. And there's that one. I'm just going to grab another colour and a little bit of scrap cardstock. Just hold on one second. And just so I can show you, there's a little bit of scrap there. If I add a little bit more colour into this stamp pad here by adding maybe some Daffodil Delight. Now this could end up being a muddy mess because, as I said, I wouldn't add too many colours in this, but I've also already got a yellow in here. And maybe just so I can show you sort of what this would look like if it was in a bit of a brighter colour. And I'm just adding a little bit of Bermuda Bay. And maybe some Gorgeous Grape. Just to, now we could end up with mud, because this is very, very subtle. So I'm just going to move that colour around a little bit so I'm getting some variation of colour on my stamp pad. But you could do cards and use other colours, and look, you've got some beautiful tones coming out in that. So that's basically what we're doing, but I'm just using a very soft, subtle, muted tones. So those colours look fantastic actually. So let me continue with what we're doing. So we've stamped all of those now, so we don't need that. So we're just going to pop that to one side. Now you can keep reusing that and adding more colour to it, but you may find that after a while it just gets too muddy and you just have to put some more baby wipes down and start all over again. But it's a fun technique, and if you don't mind getting your fingers a little bit inky, it is a good one to do. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our stitched die around, and add some stitching around our lovely little butterfly here. And run this through. So this is going to take a little while because I have got a few here to add. Now these are great little dies here because it doesn't actually cut anything out. All it does is just add some really nice little stitching lines around the outside of our design. So it's just adding a little bit of a design element there to our design, and just bringing our focus in when we put it onto the card. There's another one. Now if you really like these cards, please leave your name and your comment, and I will put your name into a drawer, and I will draw that later on today. And well, actually I might make it after the weekend, because then when I post this up on my Facebook page, then people can comment there as well. So if you like these cards, these little 3x3 cards, then please leave a comment and your name, and I will put your name into the drawer. And then someone from either who comments either here or on my blog will win a set of 4 of these, or 6 of these cards actually, because I'm going to end up with 6 of them by the end. And we've got one more. Now we are doing a few more than what we need, because I do need one for another little project which I want to show you too, and how you can use these little little images. Now these dies do come in lots of different sizes, so you've got squares, you've got rectangles. Just so I can show you, there are three different squares, and then a small rectangle and two larger rectangles as well. So there's quite a few of that in there, and worthwhile investing in. Just something to give a little bit of a decorative difference. Okay, so let's get rid of that little bit. Bring in all the bits and pieces for my cards. So these are the cards that we're making. And I want to keep one. It might be that one. And we're going to use, I think, those three. Okay, so I'm just going to make up one of these. What have I got? Three here, and I'll make up the other two a little bit later on. So what I'm going to do is I might take that one actually, and we're going to mount this onto our blue cardstock. Now, as I said, the basic white cardstock is 6.7 by 6.7 centimeters square, and then my coloured cardstock is 7 centimeters square. And we're just going to adhere, putting some multi-purpose glue onto the back of that. Of course, you could use your seal if you prefer seal. Position that onto your cardstock. Then I've got some card bases here. Now these are measuring 6 inches by 3 inches, and I've scored it at 3 inches. So we're just going to fold that in half. There's one thing I forgot to do on here, and we're going to stamp a little thank you. Now the thank you comes from Stamp Set. The thank you I've used from the Love of Leaves, because it's just a nice little font on that. So we're just going to stamp our thank you and pop that just down in this bottom corner down there, just like so. Let's pop that to one side. And what I've done is I've actually used I've used those same three colors were used in our stamping to make our baby wipe technique stamp pad. I've used those same three colors to matte. So this one here is in Balmy Blue. And there's another one there. So I'll make up another 2 of those, and we'll end up with 6 of those. And as I said, whoever leaves a comment between now and the weekend, end of the weekend, either here or on my blog, will get one of those. Now, I've also got a card to show you. So with this card, I've got a card base here. I've got a bit of glue on my hand, sorry. So I'm going to use the same pieces I've got here. So I'm going to use one of these pieces, which I think is going to be this one here. So I've got a card base here which measures 10.5 by 29.9, and I've scored that at 14.9. I've also got a piece of Balmy Blue which I've cut at 10 centimeters by 14.4 centimeters. I have a basic white mat that I've cut at 9.7 by 14.1, and I've already run this through the Stampin' cut and emboss machine, sorry, and for that I have used the textures. Let me grab it here. Oh, Michelle, you need to be a little bit more. You've put it somewhere. It's a 3D texture folder. I can find the name of it here in my catalogue. I've just misplaced the packaging for it. Quite a nice one if you just like nice subtle textures, just give a bit of texture to it. It's called Tasteful Textile, which is a 3D embossing folder. Okay, which is this one just here in our catalogue. And then what I have got is another mat, which again measures the 7 by 7, which is the same in the little gift cards. And then we've got this piece to go on top, but we still need to do a bit of stamping on this one. So using the same stamp set, Love of Leaves, I've taken another of the sentiments on this one here, which is this one here, Your Friendship is Something I Know I Can Count On. And again with the Balmy Blue, we're going to ink this one up. Make sure we've got it the right way around by just testing it first. One of the reasons why I love this stamp set is such a nice fine written font. And I'm just going to stamp right over the top of that butterfly. So the butterfly actually forms a background to that lovely sentiment. So this is just a very, very simple, what they call it, like a clean and simple card. Very easy, and you could use any sort of stamp really to go in the center of this piece, but I just thought that this stamp set really blended itself well for this idea. So again, we're just going to mat that up. Onto there. We're going to adhere our basic white to our Balmy Blue mat. And then that can be adhered directly to our card front. I love to mat my cards. I think the matting just makes it everything sort of pop a little bit, making sure that that's all nice and square on there. Just give that a good rub, just make sure that glue's spread nicely. And then we're just going to pop that directly onto there, and we might use some dimensionals to do that with. Just pop it up a little bit. And I'm just going to pop that right in the center of that card. So it's just a very, very simple card today. Of course, you could put stamp in the middle in there again, so which we might just do. I'll just grab this, whoops, throw my stamp around. Oh, actually, no, I can't because I've put different color in there. Okay, that idea we won't do. But you could very easily just stamp on the inside there. So there are some really fun and very, very simple, sweet little cards that you can make using the amazing silhouette stamps. Now you don't have to use the baby wipe technique to colour these. Of course, you could just use your straight ink, but I just thought that just gave it a little bit more of added interest to your card. So just a very simple card today. Let me just flip this camera over. Won't be one moment. So I hope you've liked that card today. Just a very, very simple and very easy card. You can get beautiful effects by using the baby wipe technique. Just in the fact that you don't have to do much. It can just be a very, very simple card because all those colours in your baby wipe technique is going to come out and become the highlight of your card. Now remember, as I said before, like my card, say hello between now and the end of the weekend, so Sunday. I will try to get this up on my blog later on today, so you can also leave a comment on my blog, and I'll put your name in a draw and someone can win these cards because I'd love to share them with you. So that gives you all weekend to share this video with your friends, and because you don't have to be watching this live to go in the draw. You just need to leave a comment telling me what you think of the cards. Okay, well, I'm going to go now. My husband cooked me my lunch today and it was very hot, and now it should be cooled down, ready for me to eat. So have a lovely day. Thank you again for joining me, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye for now.